There comes a moment in every life when you can feel it deep inside your soul, a whisper that is louder than any noise around you. It's not just your thoughts, not just your emotions, it's something greater, something divine. It's God's last call before everything changes. Life doesn't always give you unlimited chances, and sometimes the pain you feel, the struggle you're facing, the doors that seem to be closing are not punishment, they're preparation. Preparation for the version of you that you were always meant to become. But here's the truth. Change doesn't wait for your permission. It comes whether you're ready or not. The only question is, will you rise with it or will you resist it? You've been praying, you've been asking for a sign, and here it is. God is telling you, enough with the excuses, enough with waiting for the perfect timing, enough with believing the lies that you're not worthy, not capable, not chosen. You were born with greatness inside you. You were crafted for a purpose, and the time has come to stop hiding behind fear. Fear has robbed you long enough. Fear has stolen opportunities, broken your courage, and blinded you to the power that lives within you. But now this is the moment where you draw a line in the sand and say, no more. You see, breakthroughs never come when life is comfortable. Breakthroughs come in the fire when you're stretched, when you're tested, when everything inside you screams to quit, but something higher whispers, keep going. That's God. That's his last call to remind you that the storm isn't here to destroy you. It's here to awaken you. You've got to understand every struggle you face is not just happening to you. It's happening for you. It's shaping you into the person you need to be for the destiny that's waiting on the other side. But here's the key. You don't get change by hoping for it. You don't get transformation by wishing for it. You get it by deciding right here, right now, that you are done being a prisoner of your past. You are done playing small. You are done letting doubt dictate your future. This is the moment you claim your calling, your power, your purpose, because when God calls, you don't delay. You don't negotiate. You move. You act. You rise. So today, I want you to feel this in your bones. Everything can change in an instant. One choice, one decision, one act of courage can shift the entire trajectory of your life. God is saying, I have more for you. I have a plan for you. I am not finished with you. Don't ignore that call. Don't silence that voice. Answer it, step into it, own it. Because the life you've been waiting for, the breakthrough you've been praying for, the destiny you've been longing for, it's waiting on the other side of your decision to say yes to God's last call. There comes a time when you can no longer ignore that whisper in your soul, that stirring in your spirit that refuses to be silent. That's not just a random thought. It's God's last call, his wake-up moment for you. He's saying, this is it. No more delays, no more wasting time, no more standing in the shadows of your own potential. You've been waiting for a sign, searching for confirmation, and now it's right in front of you. That deep feeling inside that won't let you settle, that hunger that keeps pushing you forward even when you're tired, that's not coincidence. That's divine. And when God calls, you don't treat it lightly. You don't say, maybe tomorrow. You stand up, you answer, and you step into the version of yourself that he's been preparing you to become all along. That feeling you've been carrying, that restless energy inside you that keeps telling you there's more, that's not random, that's not noise, that's God knocking on the door of your destiny. It's his last call, a wake-up siren that says, this is your moment. Think about it. How many times have you felt like something was missing, like you were meant for more, but you kept pushing it aside, waiting for the perfect time, waiting until you felt ready? But here's the truth. You'll never feel fully ready because change doesn't come wrapped in comfort. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And right now, he's calling you. He's telling you that the opportunities, the breakthroughs, the doors you've been praying for are on the other side of your decision to move. This is not the season to stay asleep in your spirit. This is not the season to silence that voice. This is the season to answer it with boldness. Imagine if you ignore this call. Another year could pass, another dream could die, another blessing could slip by. But if you answer it, if you step into it, everything changes. Your mindset, your relationships, your future, it all shifts when you decide to listen and act. This is God's last call before the transformation you've been waiting for. Don't just hear it, feel it, own it, live it, because this is the moment you've been created for. You've got to understand something powerful right now. The struggles you're facing are not here to break you. They are here to build you. They are not punishment. They are preparation. Too often we misinterpret pain as a sign that God has abandoned us. But in truth, it's the exact opposite. The very fact that you're going through something heavy, that you're being stretched beyond what you thought you could handle, means there is something greater waiting for you on the other side. You are being prepared, sharpened, refined like gold in fire, and fire doesn't destroy gold. It reveals its true worth. Think about your toughest moments in life, the heartbreak, the disappointment, the failures that left you on your knees. Did they not teach you something deeper than success ever could? Did they not carve strength into you, resilience into you, wisdom into you? That's how God works. He doesn't waste pain. Every struggle carries a lesson. Every setback carries a seed of growth. Every challenge is shaping you for the destiny you can't even fully see yet. You're in training for the future you've been praying for, and training is never easy, but it's necessary. Here's the truth. Without the struggle, you wouldn't have the strength. Without the rejection, you wouldn't value acceptance. Without the storm, you wouldn't appreciate the calm. God allows the breaking because he knows it leads to breakthrough. But so many people give up in the middle of the process. They misinterpret the pain as a dead end instead of seeing it as a doorway. What if the very thing you're fighting against right now is the exact thing preparing you for the blessing you've been asking for? What if your greatest pain is simply the soil for your greatest growth? So instead of saying, why me? Start saying, what is this teaching me? What is this preparing me for? That shift in perspective is where power lives. That's where transformation begins. The struggle you're facing today is equipping you with the courage, the patience, the faith you'll need tomorrow. You are being built into someone who can carry the weight of the destiny ahead. God knows what you can't see yet. He knows what's coming, and he's preparing you so you can handle it, so you don't break when the blessing arrives. So don't run from the struggle. Don't curse the process. Lean into it, embrace it, trust it, because your struggle is not your ending. It's your preparation for everything that's about to change. Fear has been the silent thief in your life for far too long. It has whispered lies into your heart, convincing you that you're not ready, not worthy, not capable. It has told you to stay small, to stay safe, to stay comfortable. And maybe for years you've listened. Maybe you've let fear talk you out of opportunities, kept you from chasing dreams, or stopped you from speaking up when you knew you had something powerful to share. But here's the truth. You were not created to be a prisoner of fear. You were created to live boldly, to step fully into your calling, to walk with courage even when the path ahead isn't clear. Fear is nothing more than a story. It's a voice that predicts failure before you even try. It magnifies obstacles and blinds you to your own potential. And every time you let fear win, a part of your destiny goes unclaimed. Think about how many blessings you've missed, how many doors you never opened, simply because fear told you, don't even try. But deep down, you know the truth. Your greatest breakthroughs are always waiting on the other side of fear. Fear is the gatekeeper standing between who you are now and who you're meant to become. You've got to decide right now that fear no longer gets a seat at the table. Fear no longer gets to run the show. You've got to confront it, challenge it, push through it. And here's the amazing thing. Most of the time, the moment you walk through fear, you realize it was an illusion all along. The walls you thought were unbreakable were nothing more than paper. The chains you thought were holding you down were never locked. Fear only has as much power as you give it. So the question becomes, are you going to keep letting fear rob you? Or are you ready to take your power back? Are you ready to say, enough is enough? I will no longer be defined by my doubts. I will no longer let what scares me dictate my future. Because when you do, when you make that decision, something inside of you shifts forever. That's the moment you reclaim your life. That's the moment you step into courage. That's the moment God looks at you and says, now you're ready for the blessings I've been holding for you. Change is one of the only guarantees in life, and the truth is, it doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't show up when you feel fully ready. It doesn't knock politely and ask if now is a good time. Change comes like a storm, unannounced, unexpected, unstoppable. And too often, people resist it. They cling to the past. They hold on to what's familiar, even if it's painful, because it feels safer than stepping into the unknown. But let me tell you this, resisting change is resisting growth. If you're praying for transformation, if you're asking God for a breakthrough, then you must also be willing to embrace the change that comes with it. You see, life doesn't pause because you're afraid. Opportunities don't freeze while you figure out your doubts. The world keeps moving, doors keep opening, and if you hesitate too long, you miss them. How many times have you felt something nudging you, telling you to step forward, but you waited, you delayed, you told yourself, I'll do it later, and then the moment passed, the door closed, the chance was gone. Change doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It demands courage now. It demands a decision now. The people who transform their lives are not the ones who wait until the stars align. They are the ones who step forward in faith, who move even when they're scared, who say yes to the unknown because they trust that God is leading them somewhere greater. And here's the beauty of it. When you stop resisting and start embracing change, you unlock the very life you've been praying for, because change isn't here to destroy you. It's here to promote you. It's the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. So ask yourself, are you holding on so tightly to what's familiar that you're missing what's possible? Are you so afraid of losing the life you know that you're refusing to step into the life God has prepared for you? Because if you are, then hear this clearly. This is God's last call. He's saying, stop waiting, stop resisting, stop living in fear. Everything you desire, everything you've been called to become is on the other side of your willingness to embrace change. Breakthroughs never arrive in the comfort zone. They are not born in moments of ease. They are forged in the furnace of discomfort. Think about it. When was the last time you grew when everything was going smoothly, when life felt effortless? Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from challenge. And that's why so many people never experience the breakthrough they've been praying for. Because the moment life gets hard, the moment pressure shows up, the moment things feel uncertain, they retreat. They think the struggle means they're failing, but in reality, it means they're right on the edge of transformation. When you're tested, when you feel stretched beyond what you think you can handle, that is when your character is being built. That is when your faith is being strengthened. That is when God is showing you who you really are. Anyone can smile when it's easy. Anyone can stay motivated when things are going their way, but true warriors, true leaders, true champions are revealed when everything inside them screams to quit, yet they choose to keep going. That's the moment the breakthrough is born. You have to realize that discomfort is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's the gym where your soul trains. Every setback is a rep. Every obstacle is resistance. And just like muscles don't grow without resistance, your spirit doesn't grow without challenge. You can't pray for strength and then expect life to stay easy. Strength only comes through struggle. Breakthrough only comes through pressure. But here's the mistake most people make. They avoid the discomfort, they run from the test, they quit too soon, and in doing so, they abort their breakthrough. What if the pain you're experiencing right now is actually the labor pains of your destiny being born? What if the very pressure you want to escape is the key that unlocks your next level? The birthplace of every transformation you've ever witnessed. Look back at your own life. Every turning point, every powerful shift, didn't it come out of a season where you felt stretched, pressured, and even broken? That's because breakthroughs are not delivered on silver platters. They are born in the trenches. You don't wake up one morning stronger without having walked through the fire. You don't develop resilience without first facing resistance. The pain you feel in those moments when you want to give up is not a signal to stop. It's proof that you're close to something bigger than you can imagine. Picture this. A seed can't become a tree until it's buried in the darkness of the soil. A diamond can't shine until it's been pressed under unimaginable pressure. A butterfly cannot take flight until it has fought its way out of the cocoon. Nature itself is screaming the truth at us. Breakthrough only comes through struggle, and yet so often we resist it. We pray for elevation, but run from the very process that makes elevation possible. We beg for strength, but ask God to remove the weight that builds it. Don't you see? The struggle is not against you, it's for you. This is where you have to reframe your mindset. Instead of saying, this is too much for me, start saying, this is preparing me. Instead of shrinking back, lean in, because the battle you're in right now is shaping the warrior within you. Every sleepless night, every tear, every rejection, every closed door is chiseling you into someone who can handle what you've been asking for. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you for a platform you can't yet see. And here's the most dangerous thing you can do in this season. Quit too soon. Too many people surrender right before the breakthrough arrives. They give up in the 9th hour when the blessing was scheduled to show up in the 10th. What if your miracle is one more step away? What if your breakthrough is hiding behind the very thing you want to run from? Don't quit in the middle of your test, because the middle is never the end. This is the moment to embrace the pressure, to stop wishing it away and start thanking God for it. Because if you're in discomfort, it means He's not done with you. It means He's still building, still shaping, still elevating. And when the breakthrough comes, and it will, you'll look back at this season of discomfort and realize it wasn't your enemy. It was your greatest gift. Do you want me to now expand point 6 with the same intensity? Or would you like me to push point 5 even further with more practical, high-energy Tony Robbins style audience engagement, like questions and action steps? Your pain is not meaningless. It's not random. It's not wasted. That ache you feel, that heartbreak you carry, that disappointment that seems to cut deeper than words can describe, it all has a purpose. Pain is not here to destroy you. It's here to awaken you. It's the fuel that ignites growth, the teacher that reveals your strength, the fire that burns away everything that no longer serves you. And while in the moment it feels unbearable, when you step back, when you see the bigger picture, you realize pain was the very thing that pushed you closer to your destiny. Think about it. Some of your most powerful lessons didn't come from success. They came from struggle. The heartbreak taught you the value of love. The betrayal taught you discernment. The loss taught you gratitude. The failure taught you resilience. Without the pain, you wouldn't carry the wisdom you have now. Without the pain, you wouldn't have the compassion, the depth, the grit to step into the person God designed you to be. Pain is God's way of stripping away what's temporary so you can embrace what's eternal. But here's the trap. Most people get stuck in their pain. They keep replaying it, reliving it, defining themselves by it. They say, this happened to me, and they stay bitter, broken, and bound. But pain wasn't sent to chain you. It was sent to change you. The shift happens when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what is this trying to do in me? What strength is this pain trying to unlock? What destiny is this pain preparing me for? That's where transformation begins. When you look at pain through the lens of purpose, everything shifts. You stop seeing it as an obstacle and start seeing it as an opportunity. You realize every scar is a story, every wound carries wisdom, every tear waters the soil of your future, and suddenly the very thing that tried to break you becomes the reason you rise. So if you're in pain right now, don't curse it. Don't run from it. Lean into it. Embrace it. Ask God to reveal the lesson, the growth, the purpose inside of it. Because your pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally in the making of your destiny. And one day you'll look back and thank God for the very thing you once prayed for Him to take away. Excuses are the silent killers of destiny. Every time you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, I'm not ready yet, or the timing isn't right, you are delaying the very life you've been praying for. Excuses feel safe because they let you off the hook. They make you believe you have a reason to stay in the same place, to hold back, to not risk failure. But let's be real. Excuses are nothing more than dressed up lies. Lies fear tells you to keep you comfortable. Lies that rob you of your future. And if you don't cut them off, they will suffocate every dream, every opportunity, every blessing God has lined up for you. Think about how many chances you've already missed because of excuses. You told yourself you weren't smart enough, strong enough, connected enough. You told yourself the conditions weren't perfect. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment where everything lines up exactly as you imagined. The people who rise, the ones who change their lives, are not the ones who wait for perfect conditions. They are the ones who act in faith, who move when it's messy, who say yes even when they don't feel fully prepared, because they understand this. God doesn't bless excuses, He blesses action. Excuses keep you chained to the past. They keep you stuck in cycles, replaying the same struggles year after year. And as long as you're making excuses, you cannot make progress. You can't move forward while holding on to reasons why you can't. At some point, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, enough, no more excuses, no more waiting, no more playing small. That moment of decision is the moment everything changes. Here's the reality. Your destiny is waiting on the other side of your obedience, not your excuses. The door won't open until you step forward. The breakthrough won't come until you take action. Excuses may feel comfortable, but they are costing you your calling, and deep down, you know it. So today, stop negotiating with your future. Stop telling God why you can't and start showing Him that you will. Drop the excuses, pick up responsibility, and move forward in faith. Because the moment you do, you unlock a power inside of you that excuses kept buried for far too long. Your breakthrough is not waiting on better timing. It's waiting on your decision to stop making excuses and start moving now. One decision. That's all it takes. One choice, one act of courage, one moment of saying, I refuse to live like this any longer. And everything in your life can shift. People underestimate the power of a single decision. They think transformation requires 100 steps, a perfect plan, years of waiting. But the truth is, change begins in an instant. It begins the moment you decide. That's how powerful you are. Your entire destiny can pivot on a single choice. Think about the decisions you've already made in your life. Some of them changed the trajectory of everything. Choosing a relationship, saying yes to an opportunity, walking away from something toxic. Those weren't dozens of small steps. They were single moments of clarity, single acts of courage, single decisions that shaped your future. And the same power is in your hands right now. What if the life you've been praying for is waiting on just one decision? What if the breakthrough you've been begging God for is on the other side of saying yes to His call, yes to His plan, yes to stepping into your purpose? The danger is that too many people delay that decision. They wait for tomorrow, next month, next year. They tell themselves they'll act when they feel stronger, when they feel ready, when the fear goes away. But here's the truth. You'll never feel ready. You'll never feel fearless. And the longer you wait, the louder doubt becomes. Destiny doesn't wait. Purpose doesn't wait. God's call doesn't wait. At some point, you've got to rise and declare, this is my moment. This is my time. Today, I decide. And understand this, the power of one decision doesn't just change your life, it changes generations. When you decide to break the cycle, when you decide to rise, when you decide to stop playing small and walk in your God-given authority, you're not just shifting your own future, you're creating a legacy. You're opening doors for your children, your family, the people connected to your calling. That's how powerful one decision is. So don't underestimate this moment. Don't talk yourself out of it. You don't need 10 steps. You need one bold choice. Right here, right now, you can decide to stop being held back by fear, excuses, and pain. You can decide to step into courage, faith, and purpose. And when you do, the ripple effect will touch everything. Your future, your family, your destiny. One decision can change it all. When God speaks into your life, when he places that undeniable pull inside your heart, it is not just a suggestion, it's a call to action. And here's the truth. When God calls, delay is disobedience. Too many people hear that inner voice, feel that nudge in their spirit, but instead of moving, they hesitate. They overthink. They wait for confirmation after confirmation. They say, maybe later, maybe when I'm stronger, maybe when I've got it all figured out. But let me tell you, purpose doesn't wait for perfection. God isn't looking for perfect vessels. He's looking for willing ones. That whisper in your heart, that fire you can't ignore, that dream you can't shake, that is God saying, I've chosen you, I've equipped you, I've already put inside you what you need. The moment you answer, doors begin to open. The moment you step, provision begins to appear. Because God never calls you to something without also giving you the grace to walk it out. The only thing he needs from you is faith, trust, and action. But here's the danger. If you keep ignoring the call, if you keep postponing obedience, the opportunities will pass. Not because God doesn't love you, not because he doesn't want to bless you, but because destiny moves with time. The longer you hesitate, the louder fear becomes, the heavier excuses feel, and the harder it is to rise. There are windows of opportunity that don't stay open forever. And right now, God's last call is ringing in your soul. He's saying, move now, step now, don't wait any longer. When you say yes to God's call, everything changes. You align yourself with his favor, his protection, his provision. You step into doors you could never open on your own. You find strength you didn't know you had, courage you never thought possible. And the beauty is, your yes doesn't just transform you, it impacts everyone connected to you. When you rise, others rise. When you step into your calling, you become a light that guides others into theirs. So hear me, this is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to keep negotiating with God about why you're not ready. This is the time to say, yes, Lord, I don't have all the answers, but I trust you. I don't know the whole plan, but I'll take the step. Because when God calls, your only response is obedience. And in that obedience lies the miracle, the breakthrough, the destiny you've been waiting for. When God calls, it is not a casual invitation. It is a divine assignment. It's not a whisper you can brush off or a feeling you can ignore. It's the creator of the universe saying, I place something inside you that the world needs, and now is the time to release it. And yet, so many of us hesitate. We question it, we doubt it, we put it off until later. But let me tell you, when God calls, delay is dangerous. Every second you wait, you risk missing the moment that was designed to shift your life forever. God's voice doesn't come to condemn you, it comes to propel you. That tug in your spirit, that fire in your chest, that dream that won't let you sleep at night, it's his way of reminding you that you were created for more. And here's the truth. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to have every resource lined up. You don't need to be fearless. All you need to do is say yes, because the moment you say yes, heaven backs you up. The moment you take that first step, doors that were once shut swing wide open. But here's what most people don't realize. When you ignore God's call, you don't just delay your blessing. You delay the blessings of everyone connected to you. Your obedience is bigger than you. There are people whose breakthroughs are tied to your yes. There are lives that will be impacted, families that will be healed, generations that will be changed, not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. When you hesitate, you're not just holding yourself back. You're holding back the ripple effect of what God wants to do through you. And this is why his call is urgent. This is why it's pressing on your heart right now. God is saying, I've already prepared the way. I've already equipped you. I've already gone ahead of you. All I need is your obedience. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need faith. Because faith is not about certainty. It's about trust. And when you trust God enough to move, miracles follow. So don't put it off any longer. Don't silence that voice. Don't wait for another sign. This is the sign. This is the moment. God is calling, and your response will determine everything. Say yes, step out, and watch how heaven aligns with your courage. Because when God calls and you obey, everything changes. This is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. the one call that has been echoing in your soul, the one pull that won't let you ignore it any longer, everything you've prayed for, everything you've dreamed of, every breakthrough, every blessing, every piece of your destiny, it's all waiting on the other side of your decision. This is God's last call before everything changes, and the question is simple: will you rise or will you let it pass? Because the difference between the life you have now and the life you were created to live is one decisive step forward. Right now, God is speaking into your spirit, nudging you, pressing on your heart. That voice is not subtle, it's urgent, it's powerful, it's intentional. He is saying, I have more for you. I've prepared a life that surpasses your imagination, and all I need is for you to step into it. And here's the truth: the only thing standing between you and your destiny is your choice to act. Your fears, your doubts, your past failures, your insecurities, they do not have the power to stop God, but hesitation does, delay does, saying maybe later does. You cannot wait any longer. The time is now. When you finally answer this call, when you finally move, everything begins to shift. Doors open that were locked, opportunities arrive that were once invisible, relationships change, circumstances align. The moment you decide, the universe responds, and God moves on your behalf. That is the power of obedience, the power of faith in action, the power of saying yes when your soul is on fire with purpose. And this is not just about you, this is about everyone connected to your life. Your breakthrough becomes a beacon, a signal that transformation is possible. Your courage inspires others. Your yes creates a ripple effect that changes more than just your world.